Hi there, my name is Maritza Garcia and I'm going to be showing you an activity you can do with your class that involves geometric shapes and pattern recognition. So the materials that you're going to need are some blank index cards or just regular pieces of paper. I like the index cards just because they're a little sturdier, so this flashcard game will last longer for you. We also have different colored markers of whatever color you'd like. So for this activity, essentially you're going to be making a flashcard set of different geometric shapes and then using those shapes to create patterns for the children to either complete by adding the last pattern or the last piece of the pattern or figuring out one in between. You can honestly make it into whatever variation of the exercise you want. The main goal is just to have the pattern be able to be recognized and then completed. So I chose to start off with a small amount of geometric shapes. You can do as many as you'd like. So I have a square, a hexagon, a triangle, and a circle. And I chose to write the names down as well, just so kids can start getting familiar with the letters that are involved, or at least figuring out the first letter, to the shape. So a little more learning to be done there. And the amount that you have to do of each, it just depends on how many students you want to be working at one time. I chose for this example to just be working with one child, so I have a total of 6, 3 for their set and 3 for my set. So yeah, that's totally up to you. You're gonna want to start off by talking about the shapes that you chose. So this is a square. This is how you spell a square, S-Q-U-A-R-E. And then talk about maybe things that you see around the classroom or that you've seen outside that look like this shape, a square with 4 sides, and you can talk about all the different components of what a square is. So once they become familiar with all of the shapes that you decide to choose, we move on to the pattern part of the activity. For the pattern part of the activity, you're going to want to first start off with describing what a pattern is, whether it be through music, through some kind of pattern design that you have in class, or using these cards. Once they have understood what a pattern is, we can begin with the activity. So you're going to want to just make some kind of sequence. What if it's square, hexagon, square? And then you can ask, what do you think is next? And hopefully they eventually come up with hexagon. Or you can maybe start a pattern, square, and then there's going to be something there, and then another square and a triangle, and ask them what's missing to complete the pattern, and they can go that way. You can make a pattern that's a little more complicated or a little different. So square, square, hexagon. Maybe with this one you need to go and add more. So I'm running out of space here. There we go. And then they'll have the hexagon. So there's a variety of ways to be able to go about it, but essentially it's just having patterns go and having them finish it off or complete it in some way with these index cards. So after a while, you're going to notice that the kids start being able to differentiate the patterns and complete them more quickly because they get used to just these 4 selections. That's when you can start incorporating more shapes, which then leads to talking about what you see out in the world again with that geometric shape. Or you can even continue if you want to still stay with these shapes that you originally picked. they were all different colors. And so what you can do is maybe start doing the same shapes. Like I said, if you want to stay with the shape, but do it a different color. So instead of the green square, it's a yellow square. And then the pattern involves both squares. So you can make the focus be on the color more than the shape for a little bit, just to switch it up. And the more you add, the different variations you add, it grows with the child, because then they're looking at more than just one factor. So this is an activity that can definitely be elaborated more, make it a little bit more complex, or you can start off super simple. So that was my geometric shape and pattern recognition activity. Please feel free to add whatever variation you want when implementing this, and I hope that it was easily understood and enjoyable to watch.